It's almost time. Or is it time? One of the two, you know? All right. Welcome, everybody. This is episode 181 of the Sleazy podcast. And it's a very special episode because it's the Sleazys. It's kind of like our season finale, I guess you could say. So, and we have a special guest. It is
live via satellite.
Yeah, live via satellite from the Chicagoland area. We have Hot Sauce.
Me and my spectacularness, hardworking, whatever you want to throw out.
Yeah,
there.
the part-time pizza slayer.
Yeah, part-time pizza slayer.
Papa Pizza over there.
Mm-hmm.
Papa Pizza, look out.
Papa Pizza. And, you know, you've got your background blurred so you don't offend anyone.
Yeah,
You will be upset by that.
One person.
Of course, we've got Mr. PBS in the house.
Howdy.
And we've got Robzilla.
Hello.
I had to get my Vince McMahon into that.
Zilla.
But so this is the time of the year we celebrate everything that we've watched and award those that we feel need to be awarded. And we're kind of I don't know if you would say anti-Oscars, but we typically tend to award people that don't get recognition on the Oscars. But at the same time, we do award others that, you know, get awarded at the Oscars too. So,
you know what they say in Talladega Nights, if you're not first, you're last. And we're the last award show.
Yep. But I'd like to think that we do a good job at this. So
this is the part of the show where the host usually gives some like
a monologue.
Well, they give those bad jokes that almost get them canceled. So Rob, if you have anything to say about somebody's race or gender, now's the time.
Oh no, we're all right.
You did you watch Barbie? Is all I want to know.
Yeah, I watched Barbie.
And you're halfway through May, December, right?
Correct.
That doesn't help us. But
Halfway through. That was his.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Hot Sauce. He's halfway through May, December.
Nah.
So I think he can. That's enough for him to like vote on any type of, anybody that's been submitted through that.
Yes.
What did you think about that, by the way?
Well, Barbie?
I mean, no, May, December.
The half of it you watched anyway.
Yeah.
The music is phenomenal. It's so dramatic
they hit that music. It just makes the movie creepy when it doesn't have a creepy vibe. It's really weird.
It's supposed to be like, I don't know. It's just so weird how it's done.
But I've got my host jacket on here. It's not a tux, but
it's not fucking pressed.
Got my dinner jacket on for tonight. Special occasion the Sleazys are.
Watching you hit all the buttons and all the recording buttons. I really want to see like DJ Sleazy in his dinner jacket.
Yeah. I don't know how to DJ. So
remix.
But yeah, there was a lot there going on this year than what we typically do. So I'm just glad I didn't fuck it up, even though I kind of did. I didn't mean to hit the Jason laugh there at the beginning, but it is what it is. What better way to open the Sleazys up than a Jason laugh, right?
Just gives you more of the authenticity of what you're going for here.
Yes, exactly.
He's got it.
All right. So do we want to start the show?
Sure.
I mean, the Sleazys, let's just get into it.
Can I jump with something real quick, though? Because it's been a while.
Yeah, go for it.
Shut the fuck up, Rob. Go ahead.
Rob, we can't see you anymore when we go to the split view here.
You're not missing anything. It's fine.
You don't care that you're not in here? I think people want to see your reactions to certain things. Scoot over just a there you go. I like it. I like what I'm seeing here.
I wouldn't go that far, but
be nice.
Could be better.
Be nice. It's Robzilla. All right, so you guys ready for the first award?
Sure.
This is like when we open the show, it's like Robzilla's time to shine and your time to shine, really.
This is the first award every season, right?
Yeah, we start off with a fucking bang here at the Sleazys.
It's a banger. Bangers.
All right, so let's get it going here. Boom, shittiest movie of the year award. And I've tasked Rob with this all year because he essentially loves to watch shitty movies, and he only came up with 2 this year. I'm kind of disappointed.
You really had to put your foot up his backside most of the year.
I did. Well, and here's the thing. Rob wanted to list every movie that fell short of his expectations. And I'm like,
He was putting some mainstream stuff.
yeah,
on
like Ant-Man and the
I was
Wasp.
trying to do like more mainstream.
What else
So I was
did you
trying to
put
do
in there?
I think it's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
This is not the mainstream.
Okay. Well, I apologize. I was
award,
trying to
right?
make
This
it
is
better. I was
yeah,
trying.
you are not getting the spirit of your own award here, sir.
Why?
Like,
I fucked up.
This
Sorry.
is not about movies that fall short of your expectations, but rather movies that are so fucking terrible, they need to be awarded for their terribleness.
Okay.
He's the only one that will watch them.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen one of these, so
So I've also seen one of these.
yeah,
I've seen both of these.
And-
I refuse to watch one of them.
yeah. I'm not gonna watch Black Demon. It looks looks every bit as bad as the poster would suggest.
Yeah,
I watched Black Demon, and I can't imagine it's as bad as Winnie the Pooh.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
And that's not
but-
saying a lot for Black Demon either.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hey, you want to put that microphone down a little bit so we can all hear that beautiful voice?
I don't know about that.
Hey, like, yeah, just be a little forceful with it.
What was that? What was that?
Guys, I watched half of May December. I can vote now.
Get my sticker.
All right, guys, are you ready for the shittiest movie of the year?
Get ready.
Who's gonna win, man?
Oh, Winnie the Pooh, hands down.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It was terrible.
I think
Some people really liked it.
I rated it 1.5 just because I laughed on some of the shit that they did. Like it was so
1.5.
fucking,
That's the kind of effort Rob's giving.
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah.
Not even a 0.5 or a no stars.
Yeah, I mean, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is the shittiest movie of the year.
hands down.
100%. Don't question me.
Don't even rate it. Just no stars. Don't even rate it.
That's
Okay.
yeah. Pull a PBS and just don't fucking rate shit anymore.
Okay.
Or watch it.
I mean, there was some comedy stuff in it, but like, it wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was funny.
But it was funny, huh?
Yeah.
It
Not
was
good
funny.
enough, Rob. Not good enough.
Not good enough.
The review of this needs to be so good it was bad, that
No.
it was good again, that it was bad again.
No. I don't know how that even works, but no.
It needs to be so terrible that you thought about shooting up some extra insulin and perhaps dying.
No. At
Rather
that
than
point, I'd rather
finish
OD an insulin.
I'm killing the dog with me this time.
It's a murder suicide on that.
It was so bad. Brownie and I had to take some extra insulin. And
Decide not to wake up.
yeah, just take a longer nap than usual. Don't bother us. So Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, you've got that as your shittiest movie of the year award.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay. All right.
What about the upcoming Pooniverse?
Yeah, they just announced that, bro.
That's so bad, but it's pretty funny. I want to see what they do with Bambi and Peter Pan and shit, but
You think Bambi's gonna like fuck some people up in the woods?
oh
Like,
yeah, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be horribly bad, but it's gonna be fun.
some hunters are gonna come through and try to kill Bambi, and he's like,
I'd be kind of down to check that out, like possessed deer movie.
yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
Well, I mean, yeah, because who was it? Kevin Smith was supposed to create a movie called Moose Jaws. So
Yeah.
I mean, why not Bambi? You know?
All right, so we've got our shittiest winner of the year award. Is there anything else that you want to say?
What was the redeeming quality about the Black Demon that you didn't pick it?
Yeah,
Well, they did a lot of Jaws references, and the acting wasn't terrible, but it's just they make this whole mystical reason why the megalodon's there, and it's kind of like they don't need to do all that shit. But I like it that they're stuck out on the oil rig, but I mean that motherfucker could have tore it down in 5 seconds.
so it had some redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling us.
Yeah.
All right.
It
Okay.
just had Patrick Wilson in it, right?
No, it wasn't.
Or oh, it's Josh
Wilson.
Lucas. That's the other guy.
Yeah, Josh Lucas.
Josh Lucas
I was
is in
thinking
it. Oh
Patrick
man.
Wilson.
He's supposed to be the main attraction, apparently.
Are we ready for the next award?
Home Depot guy, right?
Yeah. Right.
By the way, there's 14 categories this year.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
yeah, and from now on in the future, we're gonna start limiting like the category. Like I think we're gonna go with like 5 maybe on certain like actors and actresses.
Okay.
Because goddamn, it's just a lot of.
It is.
I tried to keep all my nominees down to 5.
Rob wanted to nominate like every fucking movie he saw this year.
Well, I was
and
trying to
like,
make sure what was in there that
I was like,
would be appreciative.
So I figure I'd give you a list of 5 in every category. That way we can kind of cross with everybody's.
And
all
make sure
right.
you keep the walk-off music handy for Rob too, so you can get him out.
Where-
there.
We already talked about it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
already primed and ready.
Yes, sir. You just take your medicine and enjoy it this year. I don't want you to get upset.
Okay.
It's all part of the show. Okay, so the next award we're going to work with here is the best score of the year. And for the most part, this is the PBS award. So he is very passionate about his scores. He listens to them in the car while he's driving around, while he's at home relaxing. But the nominees are, and I had to replace one of them because I forget what you put in there, but I was like, there's no score to that, really. I mean, it's like,
No, those are the 4 I picked plus the one you picked that I would have picked.
yeah, well, he had one in there that wasn't. I replaced one of these.
Did
I
Robzilla put one in there?
Yeah, I think he did. Or maybe it was in cinematography. I'm sorry.
That probably would have been it.
Yeah, one of these I had to swap one of yours out.
This looks right.
Yeah. Okay, so the nominees are Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'm going to leave Mr. PBS. He's going to go through and tell us all the people that conducted these or whatever you want to call it.
Let the master work.
Yeah. So Godzilla -1, Oppenheimer, Dungeons and Dragons, and Indiana Jones by the famous John Williams, right?
That's right.
And so, do you want to tell us a little bit about?
Yeah, I'll kind of give you where I was going with this.
Yeah.
Let me look up. There's a couple names I had to look up because I remember most of them. So these are 5 scores. These are all on YouTube Music, so you can listen to them. That's kind of what I did. I went back and I picked some movies from last year. Some of them I knew were going to be in there, and some of them I was just trying to listen to kind of refresh myself. And these are all really nice scores from last year. I'll kind of go down the line here. I'll start with Indiana Jones. I needed to get Indy.
It's your boy,
I
buddy.
had to get Indy in here somewhere just because I feel like as a movie, it really got underrated last year. And
It really did.
I hope more people find it now that it's streaming on Disney Plus. And of course, that's the great John Williams. I mean, what can you say? He's the GOAT.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. What are some of the famous John Williams scores that?
I mean, how lesser would movies be if we didn't have like the Jaws theme, the Raiders March, the Imperial March, Darth Vader theme.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I'm sure you can go to like some village in the Amazon where there's not a TV for like 1,000 miles and start humming some of that, and somebody would know about it.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I feel about John Williams in general. So
okay,
just a GOAT. Might be maybe a little past his prime, but you know, like a master craftsman is still a master craftsman, even if he's a little past his prime. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves was another movie that I needed to get into one of these categories somewhere because it was just like one of my favorite movies from last year. It was really kind of like an underdog. I know a lot of people came out as the year went and said, "Oh, that was really good." And that is the score by Lorne. I don't know how you say his last name for sure, but I think it's Baff.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier this week. Like, how do you pronounce this guy's name?
And he's made a few scores that I listened to. He's done the last, I believe, 2 Mission Impossible movies.
Oh wow!
So this one, it's just a nice kind of like a John Williams score. It's just like a nice old fashioned action adventure score. Really nice.
Okay.
And then we got in the middle here, the big picture of the year, Oppenheimer. And I had to look up who this guy was, and his name's actually pretty. It's Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm saying that. Yep. Ludwig Göransson. This is sort of like in the Hans Zimmer style.
It definitely
scores,
is. Very Hans Zimmer.
Orchestral. This is more of, I forget what they call it, like soundscapes or whatever. So it's not necessarily like themes or any of that stuff, even though there are some in here. There are passages that get repeated and all that. So this is another pretty good score. Pretty good movie. I mean, I'm sure you've all heard it by now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, it's on like every TikTok now with certain things. It's a big joke.
It's almost kind of like the Interstellar score where people were just memeing the parts of it. So it was good. Go over to Godzilla -1, another movie that I think was a pretty big hit, especially for us. And this is another name I'm sure I'm going to say wrong, but Naoki Sato. Pretty close, I think.
Yeah, I think you're in the ballpark.
This is just another good orchestral score to just a movie that we all really liked. It's good.
It's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
And then Killers of the Flower Moon, Marty's movie. This is scored by Robbie Robertson, who recently died. Thanks for the playoff music for a dead man.
All right, just kidding. I mean, we had to get you on that.
And then it's just, well, it's just like when they played off the Godzilla people after they were talking about their.
Oh, they totally did.
Oh,
That's what everybody should do. Like as soon as they start playing, you have to start. I made this for my dead grandmother.
Yeah.
Don't send him off yet. Let him finish.
And then of course, Killers of the Flower Moon, Robbie Robertson, a nice sort of like guitar-driven score, kind of bluesy. I was really into that one too. So I'll kind of play up on what my thinking was here real quick. I was really set for a lot of the year to give this to Robbie Robertson's Killer of the Flower Moon. He's got a cue on there, Osage Oil Boom, that I kind of replayed a lot, and it was really kind of indicative of the whole score.
Yeah.
And that was up until like the last week. That was kind of the one I was thinking about giving it to, and then I started listening to this other score, and it just got me. It put me right back in the movie, and it was kind of like everything I think a score should do. A score should work for the movie, and it should work for you listening back to it later.
Okay. I like where you're going here.
Mm-hmm.
And it put me back in the movie. It had me kind of like cheering to myself in my head and all that. And for me, the best score of the year, Godzilla -1.
All right. Godzilla.
I really thought he was going to pull Indy out when he's like, I went back to it and it was bringing me back. I thought he's going to go Indy.
Indy's a nice score. I like it. But that Godzilla -1, you should look up Suite Number 2. That's got like all like the main cues that you've heard probably on the TikToks or whatever. I was right back on that boat. Like, get the hell away from Godzilla.
Yeah.
Get the engines going.
Yeah.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. And that's your award. So we're not going to participate in that because that's your passion.
Yep. Like I said, all 5 of these are good scores. They're all available at least on YouTube Music. Should give them a listen. Godzilla -1.
Okay.
Really, really got me.
I really thought you were going with Oppenheimer.
It's
if it were up to me, I would go with Oppenheimer.
I'm not as big a fan of like the Hans Zimmer style of scores as I am more like the orchestral John Williams scores. Even though like my favorite score of the last 20 years is a Hans Zimmer score for Interstellar.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Godzilla, it got me off guard.
It's such a great movie, dude.
I listened back to it. I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to it.
There's so much about that movie that gets you invested in the movie, and there's just not a lot of glamour to it. You know what I mean? So
I'm sure we'll talk more about
it. And
the
music played a big part in getting you into it. So Godzilla -1 is the winner of this year's best score.
With John Williams right there, Godzilla -1 kind of made me feel like I was listening to a John Williams score almost.
Okay. All right. Moving along. Best cinematography. Now this is one I swapped out. Sorry. Because Robzilla had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in there, and I was like, it's
CGI
like
of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it's a green screen movie.
I understand.
But all right, the nominees are Godzilla -1, John Wick Chapter 4. That's a Robzilla nominee right there. Good one. Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, and The Creator. Another green screen, but whatever. It is what it is. They had some nice settings.
Green screen's got good stuff with it too.
Yeah. So I just got to say, John Wick Chapter 4, the John Wick movies in, general are shot phenomenally. They have these awesome looking sets with lights and all that and the mirrors and stuff like that. And they just look so pleasing aesthetically. But yeah, I mean, where do you go? Oppenheimer. I mean, Christopher Nolan's always got some great cinematography on his movies. And, we just mentioned this earlier. What they did with Godzilla -1 was incredible. I mean, the way it looked out in the ocean and all that, like it just looks so great. Killers of the Flower Moon, great settings down there. What is it?
I think it's supposed to be Missouri.
It's Oklahoma, somewhere over there. And then, Oppenheimer, out there in the desert. And I mean, it was a great looking movie. I mean, what more can you say about it? And The Creator had some beautiful scenes too out there. So I don't know who wants to start the voting off on this one. Should we go to our guest of honor, Hot Sauce?
That is a tough one. I would probably go John Wick.
Vote with your heart.
Yeah, I liked Oppenheimer, but probably John Wick.
I mean, Oppenheimer was good. And, like I said, this award show is about giving credit to those who really don't get the credit in the mainstream award shows. So, with me, like I said, John Wick is just such a cool shot fucking movie. And you're mesmerized in some of these scenes where they're fighting and the lighting's just right. And it just looks perfect. So I'm with Hot Sauce. I think I'm going to go John Wick Chapter 4. It's on you now, Rob.
John Wick.
Oh, we knew you were voting John Wick.
I was.
The minute he submitted that nominee, I guess we got to hear your opinion.
This is one I'm really torn on.
It really is tough.
Yeah.
I really liked Killers of the Flower Moon's look. Like the way they had all the old timey stuff and everything.
We know you like that.
It's great.
It's my
Marty.
Marty.
Yeah. So have you written Marty a letter like, I'm your number one fan?
Oh, I'm most definitely not his number one fan. I am reading a book of Martin Scorsese interviews, though.
If you want a blowjob, I'd be more than happy to provide that for you, Marty.
Just talk to me about film. Talk to me about Powell and Pressburger.
So, when you talk about cinema, what do you mean by that? Just give me your best answer. All right, so John Wick Chapter 4 has captured 3 out of 4 of us here for cinematography. So it is the best cinematography award winner this year. All right. Best limited series of the year. I bet you can't guess which one Robzilla submitted.
Bloodhounds.
Yeah. Nobody here's watched Bloodhounds but Robzilla. He wanted to nominate it. And that's fine. That's what it's for. So the nominees are Bloodhounds. That's a Netflix original.
Mm-hmm.
Love and Death, a Max original. HBO Max. I'm never going to just...
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not
How much is Zaslav paying you?
Yeah. Well, if he was paying me, I'd be like, it's a Max original.
But he's not, so fuck him.
It's an HBO Max original. All right. The Fall of House of Usher. That's a Netflix original. And Beef, Netflix original. So a lot of Netflix originals up here. It seems like they're crushing it in the limited series category here. Robzilla
crushing it in raising your premiums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I already know what Robzilla is going to vote for here, but go ahead. Give us your thoughts, buddy.
Get him, Rob. Get him.
I love Bloodhounds, but I'm going to give it to Beef.
Oh, wow. All right.
I love Bloodhounds, but Beef's going to take it for me.
And by the way, should we come into a tie, this has happened before. Do you have a quarter?
Sure.
He does. He's that guy that always has a quarter. But should we come into a tie, the rule breaker in the Sleazys is Mr. PBS flips a coin. Heads for Margot.
It's
for Margot.
If you don't know what that is, I highly suggest you go back to, was it last year's Sleazys? Yeah.
I think
so. The 2023 Sleazys, and you will be very entertained by that one.
Very.
All right. So Robzilla's down for Beef. Yep. PBS, I mean, I don't think you've probably watched, but maybe one of these.
Easy call for me. Mike Flanagan's Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
So I didn't watch Love and Death. I watched the Hulu version.
Oh yeah, with
Andy or whatever it was called.
Jessica
Biel.
There we go.
Yeah, this one's much better. Love and Death. Yeah, if you haven't watched Love and Death, you really need to. It's got our girl Elizabeth Olsen and who's the guy that's married to Kirsten Dunst? Jesse
Plemons.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons. Yeah, he plays the other adulterer in that movie. But that's based on a true story, and it's a crazy fucking story nonetheless.
Yeah,
all right, Hot Sauce, who are you going with?
I'm going to be like an abstaining vote here because I haven't watched any of them, but the one I want to watch is Fall of the House of Usher.
Okay.
So you can take that as, yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I enjoyed all of these. But you know, I think the one that was well done, you know, was particularly well done was the Fall of House of Usher. But that being said, I really enjoyed Beef. So we are at a tie. We've got our first tie.
First tie.
Sir.
Well, it's technically 2-1 if he's abstaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're
I'm just
abstaining.
Yeah. Mine's an abstaining vote. I'm just which one I want to watch the most.
So Beef is the winner then.
Yeah, Beef's the winner.
Gotcha. All right. I think Stephen Young and Ali Wong would be very appreciative of,
I believe so,
being honored at the Sleazys.
They should be.
I think they won the Golden Globe for Best Limited Series too.
They'd probably tell Rob to keep their name out of his mouth.
Fuck you, Steve.
You think Stephen Young's like, that fat fuck? Why is he voting for me? I'm surprised. I really thought Rob was going the Fall of House of Usher, but he must have enjoyed.
It's probably too literate for Rob.
It was good. I mean,
don't like all them Edgar Allan Poe references.
Yeah,
it was good, but I had a little bit more fun with Beef.
Yeah.
So, and like we said, that's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a fun time. All right. Let's move along to the next award. We're cooking here. All right. Best sci-fi / comics series. And this might be a tough one because I don't think you guys have watched nearly as much as I have when it comes to this category.
I've seen 2.
Rob's like, so this might be a sleazy award here. I mean, you guys are more
they should take that. How you pulling the Apple TV series? You watching those?
Oh yeah, I love them.
What are you watching them on?
Apple TV.
Oh,
On my yeah, well, it's on you don't have to have it like an Apple TV.
That's the app.
Right.
You get it, I watch it on my Fire Stick, and then you can download it on your Xbox, PlayStation. But yeah, I paid for.
He gave in. And
yeah, well, I really wanted to watch Ted Lasso, so, and then from there, like, they have some fucking good sci-fi shows, and I'm sure when people see this, if they're a sci-fi fan, they'll be like, "You haven't even watched the best sci-fi show on Apple," and I'm like, "Oh, it is what it is."
Yeah,
sorry. All right, so the nominees are Black Mirror, Netflix, Loki season 2. Ahsoka on Disney Plus. Those are both Disney Plus series. For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus, and Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, Apple TV Plus.
I believe Robzilla's watched half of that one too.
No, I'll finish that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You finished that?
Both halves.
All right. In Invasion season 2, or no, not season 2, season 2. Sorry. Apple TV Plus.
I have never heard of Invasion.
Invasion's good, man. Obviously, it's about aliens invading, but that's if you are a sci-fi fan, that is right up your alley.
I think you sent me a trailer for it, and
it's fucking good, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking good.
Yeah.
All right. So I really liked Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. Phenomenal show. For a spinoff, it was really good and entertaining. Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell actually play the same character. Obviously, Wyatt plays the younger one. Kurt Russell plays the older one. But man, for a Godzilla spinoff, it was really entertaining, and I had a good time with it. I was like waiting week to week to watch the next episode. So pretty good. I'm actually kind of sad we didn't get to talk about it on the show a whole lot. Like I said, Invasion's good, very good if you're a sci-fi fan. For All Mankind,
I gotta watch that.
That might be like one of the better shows on TV. I mean, it's got our boy
Joel
Kinnaman in it, and you watch this and you're like, this could have been reality had we dumped money into the space program. Like, we really should have had a base on the moon, and we really should have already went to Mars. And this is the 4th season that just aired last year, and they actually go to Mars, and they're on Mars specifically because they're going to mine an asteroid and for supplies for the Earth, and it's like the next thing that's gonna power the economy on Earth and all that, and it's really good, really, really, really good. I can't stress that enough. Ahsoka, like many Disney shows, they start off slow and then they just end on a banger. But Rosario Dawson, she's great as Ahsoka. And I mean, I don't know much about the Clone Wars and stuff like that. I didn't watch the cartoon, but this was entertaining, and you can kind of pick up on things through the dialogue and stuff like that. But what's his face reprises Anakin Skywalker in this.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, so that was cool. Loki's Loki. It's like I said before, starts off slow, ends kind of good. So it is what it is on that one. Mainly, I just wanted to nominate another comic book series, so to fill this out. And then, I mean, Black Mirror season, was it 6?
Yeah, season 6.
This was great, dude. Yeah. It was fucking great. So what did you think, Rob, out of the couple you've seen here?
I love Monarch. Same thing with you. It's a great spinoff to the series and also to that universe. But for me, I'm gonna have to go Black Mirror because I just love Black Mirror.
Black Mirror was good, man.
And they hit it out of the park this year with it, I believe.
Yeah, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
You watched Black Mirror, didn't you, PBS?
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that.
What'd you think?
I was really into it. I haven't kept up with it much since like the first or second season, so I need to catch back up with at least some of like the higher rated episodes.
What was your guys' favorite episode out of Black Mirror?
I think it might have been the paparazzi one because the last 15 minutes sold it.
Was that the werewolf one?
Yeah,
that was a good one.
The last 15 minutes really put it over the top.
The space one with Josh Hartnett and what's his face?
That was really good.
Yeah, that was
kind of science fiction right there.
Yeah, that was fucking great, man. I loved it. Hot Sauce, have you watched any of these?
I've never watched Black Mirror ever. None.
What?
Everybody tells me, like I even have people ask me, like, "Hey, have you watched Black Mirror?" Hey, I've never seen Black Mirror.
I need you to watch the first 5 minutes of episode 1, the very first episode.
Yeah. If that doesn't get you hooked, then there's just something.
I didn't ever watch the season before because I heard it was just like 2 or 3 episodes, but they're like movies. I just wasn't really into it.
Yeah. What is it? The
one had Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, that season was just okay, but it was still decent.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't terrible or anything like that.
Is it done? Is this the last season, or is there still more?
They'll probably make.
Yeah, I think they'll probably do more. I thought
they announced they're working on the next one already.
Yeah, I thought for sure that they were doing another one. I still haven't seen the interactive movie that you can do. I hear people either hated it or loved it.
Bandersnatch or
whatever. But you actually had, you had interaction, so you could choose the path of how the movie goes. But
might have to check that out.
Yeah, we should do that one night. And then we can all pick it and see which.
Or the next show, maybe just do that before.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. It depends if you have to feed the dog or not.
Maybe not.
All right. So I guess I'm going to take over this one, and this will be my award.
Yeah.
My time to shine. I mean, honestly, the best show on this screen right here. You got Black Mirror, but For All Mankind is so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say.
For All Mankind has got this award for me this year. And like I said, you watch this and you can only think like, why haven't we fucking done any of this? Like, why hasn't this already been done? And, obviously money's probably the answer, but especially with us going back to the moon in a few years, hopefully, this would be something to watch and get you in the mood for that if you're a big NASA fan or whatever. But great acting, great storylines. I mean, all the characters are fucking great. And every year, like 1 year, it's an alternate reality. So the Russians take over, they get to the moon first. And then it spawns this huge space race to create a moon base. And then from there, it's, going to Mars. And then from there, it's getting to Mars and maintaining a base and mining the asteroid. So it's a really phenomenal show. And I can't push this enough on people. Watch For All Mankind and you will fucking be entertained. I don't care if you don't like space. Like, you will be fucking entertained. It's that good of a show.
You will be.
Yes.
Are you not entertained?
Yes, you will be. All right. So we're going to move on to the next award. Best streaming / TV series. I think we've all watched a fair amount of these, so we can all participate in this. All right. So the nominees are The Bear on FX / Hulu, Barry, HBO Max original, What We Do in the Shadows, FX/Hulu. Twisted Metal, Peacock. Fucking love that show. That was good. The Last of Us, HBO Max. Ted Lasso, Apple TV Plus. Another one in there. Succession, HBO Max. And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, FXX/Hulu. So, who wants to start it out this time?
Hit it, PBS.
You know me, I'm not a big series guy, especially anymore. Where I like my old school episodic series, but The Last of Us was really good this year.
Oh man,
Yeah, really
killer
kind of
show.
busted onto the scene. You know, it had that great episode with what's his name from Parks and Rec?
Oh, I know
Offerman.
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman.
Ron Swanson.
Yep.
He's no longer Nick Offerman. He's just Ron Swanson.
Yeah, he'll always go by Ron Swanson.
I've haven't caught up all the way with Barry yet, but you know, Bill Hader's killing with some Barry.
Bro, Barry fucking this was the last season.
I'm behind on Barry.
And like it just fucking ends and your mouth drops. You're like, what the fuck just happened? But Barry was such a great fucking show.
What We Do in the Shadows is funny, you know, so some good stuff in there, but I mean, The Last of Us is the one that had me most interested. I watched the most.
Zilla.
So my heart's always going to be What We Do in the Shadows, but I'm going to go with Twisted Metal this year.
You're going with Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
So
Last
we've got
this is fantastic, but I'm going to go Twisted Metal.
You're going with The Falcon.
Yep. Even though how much he fucking lame he is, but still.
Somebody you fucking despise so much.
He did it. Hey, he did a great job in this
Twisted
show.
Metal was really fun though.
This is his best role he's done.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
Yeah.
Hot sauce. It's on you now, brother.
It's funny. You know, the Bear, that was the Chicago one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago Eatery. I hear a lot of people talking about it, obviously being around here. And you know, I love Sunny. Yeah. I'm not caught up on Sunny. I'm still behind on that, but you know, Sunny's great.
And for it to be around as long as it has and still be relevant, I mean,
Right.
come on.
I heard somebody, maybe they tweeted or something, but they said, you know, Always Sunny in Philadelphia is one of those shows you couldn't make anymore. And somebody's like, they're still making
Yeah,
it.
they're still going
Right.
strong. And there's an episode in this season with Dennis that revolves around like technology and shopping and going to the doctor, and it is fucking hilarious. Anybody can relate to it in today's climate, I guess you could say.
Today's world.
Get caught up on that. I have to pick The Last of Us though.
Oh, it was so good.
And there's a funny story behind it because, you know, people that are into video games and stuff knew it was coming out, was excited for it, hoping they did the game series justice, was ready for it. Being HBO though, you know, the weekly series, you know, I wanted to kind of get a couple built up before I jumped into it. So I wasn't sitting there waiting week after week. I was in the basement playing a video game. And I came upstairs and Sharon was sitting in the living room watching TV. And I'm like, what the fuck are you watching? And she's like, oh, it's this show. It's on HBO. One of my friends told me about it. It's really good. And I'm like, well, what is it? And she was like, it's The Last of Us. It's about like these spores. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Watching my
She's right. And she was like, oh, you want to watch it? I'm like, yes, it's a fucking video game. She's like, that's why it's familiar. I remember you playing the game. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? So she's like 3 episodes in before I even fucking started it because she just decided one of her friends told her it was good. So she was going to watch it. Had no fucking clue.
And
You're like, you fucking bitch.
I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. She was like, well, I'm watching this and it just seems so familiar. Like there's stuff happening. I'm going, this seems familiar. She's like, but I know I'd never watched it before because it just came out. I'm like, well, you have watched it. You've watched me play the fucking game.
I mean, it's pretty true to the source material.
Yeah.
Ridiculously true.
I mean, that being said, it's condensed, but it's still pretty.
It's fairly
true.
accurate.
Yeah.
In the game, yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So you're going with The Last of Us.
Last of Us. I have to.
All right. So I guess it's on me now. I mean, the bear is good, even though there's an episode in this last season that stressed me the fuck out. I had to turn it off and take a break from it to go back.
One of the best episodes ever made, but it's stressful.
The Christmas episode, yeah, I had to turn it off. It stressed me the fuck out so much.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, great show, man. And like you said, it kind of gives you that look into the Chicago area and how they are with food and stuff like
Bro,
that.
they're fucking crazy with food around here.
And we've had a discussion about it, and you've told me some things, and I'm like, holy shit. Motherfuckers won't eat pizza unless it comes from a bag.
They're very it's snobbiness, but they're very, I almost put it like a food pride arrogance. Like it has to be this way because that's the way it's always been done. You can't change it. Don't ever try and do it fucking different. This is the way you have to do it. Doesn't matter if what I'm giving you is good. It's not the way that's been done before, so it doesn't count. It's trash.
How dare you put ketchup on your hot dog?
Oh, don't do it.
You'll get punched, right?
Don't do it. Do not do it.
What do they put on hot dogs out there?
Chicago style dog, you got to run it through the garden. You're going to have your Vienna beef hot dog in the natural casing so that it snaps when you bite it. You're going to put neon green fucking dill pickle or neon green relish on it, kosher dill slice, onions, tomato, celery, salt, and a poppy seed bun, and then these tiny little peppers called sport peppers. It's like those little pepperoncinis.
Yeah.
It reminds you of the peppers you get with the Papa John's pizzas, but they're real tiny. So you put like 3 of them on top of the hot dog.
Can you put some steamed broccoli on there?
Run it through the garden. That's what they call it. Run it through the garden.
Right. Listen to this. We went to where did we go?
Red Robin.
Red Robin. We went to Red Robin the other day before we saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Fun movie, by the way. Guess Rob gets a fucking burger, and he like everybody gets fries when you go to Red Robin, right? You know, bottomless basket fries, raw, the seasoning. Rob's like, I'll have the steamed broccoli instead of the French fries, please. And I'm like, who the fuck does that? Who fucking orders steamed broccoli?
Somebody that didn't bring their fucking insulin.
Yeah. God bless Rob. He's trying.
Yep.
Unlike the rest of us. All right. So back to this. Ted Lasso, phenomenal show. It ends and you're kind of sad. You're left wanting more, but it was still good.
It's like 4 seasons, isn't it?
Correct? Yeah, something like that. Succession, phenomenal show. Yeah. Phenomenal show. I wasn't as big like everybody else was about this last season. I just thought it was kind of rushed. Still good though. Still great performances. I mean, that cast is just everybody on that cast delivers. I mean, they're really good. It's Always Sunny. We talked about that. I mean, for it to just even be on and still be relevant, it deserves to be nominated. The Last of Us. I mean, hands down, great, phenomenal show. True to the source material. Got to respect that. I'm sad we only got 6 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, it's a very short season.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted like a 10 episode season and I didn't get it. But still, great show. Great performances too. Everybody was casted perfectly. And I wasn't sure about Pedro Pascal being casted as Joel, but he fucking crushed it, man. He crushed it. Twisted Metal. I mean, the fact that they even made a show out of Twisted Metal. I mean, it's just a show, for a video game where you just shoot cars.
You got to strike while the iron's hot. It's only been 20 years.
Yeah, right. For them to make a show out of this and to make it entertaining and leave you wanting more is an accomplishment on its own. Phenomenal show. I can't wait for the next season. Hopefully we get more Neff Campbell in that. But Anthony Mackie was really good. The cars were cool. What's his face was really good as he did the voice for the guy that was Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, it was
the giant clown or whatever.
Well, I know the person who played the body was Samoa Joe, the wrestler. And
Samoa Joe, but what's his face did the voicing?
Arnett.
Will Arnett. Yes.
There we go.
Will Arnett.
Last of Us had 9 episodes. For some reason, it seemed short.
It was 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I still wanted another episode out of it.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was 6.
Yeah. I just checked it. It said
maybe because they were short episodes and then the last 2 were longer episodes.
Yeah.
That is what it was. Yeah. Okay. So The Bear, like I said, great show. Barry ended on a fucking banger, dude. That show was great. Can't say enough about it. It's a great show. Dark humor. You gotta have a right sense of humor to watch that. What We Do in the Shadows, such a quotable show. That might be like one of the better comedies
hands down
out. I mean, it's just so great. It's so great. I love that show.
Last season's coming up.
My good time, boy.
Shut the fuck up.
But here's the thing. It is not the best show this year. And my opinion, the best show, hands down. I said this afterwards. It was going to win the Sleazys this year. That's The Last of Us. The Last of Us is the winner of the best streaming / TV series this year. So we got that covered. Congratulations. They deserved it.
Apparently Rob didn't think so.
Yeah. He was like, Twisted Metal, Anthony Mackie.
Give that bitch an award.
I like Anthony Mackie now.
He does.
I hate him, but I'm the president of his fan club.
Send that hate mail.
All right. So this is actually a new category this year. I was like, I got to thinking when I was doing these, I was like, we never give enough love to action movies. They always seem to get excluded from awards and they just don't get the recognition they deserve. So here we go. We're best action movie. The nominees are Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, John Wick Chapter 4, The Equalizer 3, starring Denzel Washington.
Who's gonna call me on a Thursday night knowing I'm watching the fucking Equalizer?
Yeah. That was good. That was very.
I'm gonna miss it.
That was very Jason-like, man. Out of nowhere. All right, and last but not least, we've got the Netflix exclusive Extraction 2, starring Chrissy Hemsworth.
Chrissy.
That's Rob's boy right there. Chrissy Hemsworth. So
Rob wishes he was getting picked up like that little girl in the picture.
Oh yeah, Rob's
That's
like,
how Tracy carries him around the house.
Pick me up, Chrissy.
I wish he would extract me from my terrible life.
Take me to a new world, Chrissy.
He wants to go live. He wants to go live in that cabin.
Yeah, watch him do push-ups and train.
I want to be your brownie.
I just want to give him water.
Keep me alive, Chris.
All right, so PBS, you want to take the lead on this? You're a big action movie guy.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah. I mean, Mission Impossible is Mission Impossible. I mean, what do you say about Tom Cruise and his like signature franchise?
Oh yeah, and they seem to just keep getting better and better too.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I think they are.
I didn't like it quite as much as I've liked the last couple. That's not to say it's not good. It's just not something about it. I thought maybe it was the whole part 1, part 2 thing. It didn't feel quite like a whole movie and all that, but great action movie still.
It's some great ass stunts in it. He just keeps doing more and more every year.
I'm ready to see that man die on film.
I feel like this is the first one where you can see his age a little bit.
Yeah,
you did say that before.
He's definitely showing his age nowadays.
Like I said, still pretty good movie. Excuse me. John Wick. What do you say about Keanu and John Wick Chapter 4?
John Wick.
I wish I could remember who was the villain and he had that weird accent.
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård. The French.
It's been like a year and a half since we saw this movie because I think we saw it in like January.
It came out in March.
Yeah, around my birthday. So I went and seen it.
Yeah.
I watched it with my dad recently when it came out streaming.
Oh,
He
man.
loved it.
Fucking 3-hour movies.
It's 3 hours of shooting people in the face and judo throws on cars.
Ridiculous. So many nut shots.
Right.
I have not seen the Equalizer series with Denzel. I hear it's pretty solid. It's good.
They are definitely solid. They're worth the watch.
It's a series that kind of knows what it's doing, and that's what it's doing.
And this one in particular, he kind of goes all out. So
it's the fucking Equalizer.
Fucking Equalizer's on.
And then you've got Chrissy Hemsworth there, Extraction 2. I haven't seen Extraction 1. But this one made kind of like a big splash when it came on, especially amongst the action people. It's kind of known for it had that one, they call it the oneer scene where it's him going through the prison. And I think it actually does cut, but they made it look like it doesn't for the whole scene.
Yeah.
And that was sort of like the main focus of that one. But just a good, fun action movie.
They're great action movies. That's for sure.
Very fun.
All right.
Good, solid ride, as the poster says. Prepare for the ride of your life.
Who wants to go next? I think Rob wants to talk about.
Did he give us a pick?
I didn't give a pick.
Yeah. Okay, give your pick.
One of my favorite movies of last year, John Wick Chapter 4.
John Wick.
Just, I mean, it was almost a movie about action movies.
Yeah.
By the end of its, 3.5 hours or whatever it is. So many, you get all the side characters, the side continentals or whatever.
And for it to be on its 4th movie and to be as good as it is, like, come on.
Yeah, it's got a Warriors reference. It's got that scene where he takes the dragon shotgun ammo and goes through the apartment building or whatever.
When it's shot overhead, not actually straight, which is very different at that time.
It's got, Clancy Brown in it. Good villain. I mean, it's just it was one of my favorite, not just action movies, it's one of my favorite
Donnie
movies.
Yen. I mean,
Donnie Yen.
Donnie fucking
we'll get to
baby.
Donnie Yen some more here in a minute. But
yeah.
Everybody in it was just kicking ass.
Oh, for sure.
One of my favorite movies, probably the best action movie last year.
All right, so is it your turn?
John Wick.
He just
So
sold
all
Chris.
those movies
he
are
just
great.
sold,
They're
he just
great
sold Chris
action
down the
movies.
river, just like that.
Yeah.
It's a man of few words over there.
I mean, all great movies.
How
Exception to
good
the
does
Straight.
it? How good does it have to be for him to vote against his boy Chrissy Hemsworth?
I know it's.
I wish
that good.
I was John Wick's dog. Save me.
Hot sauce. What do you think?
John Wick.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I think we're all in agreement here. John Wick 4. I mean, Chapter 4. It was the best movie. One of the best movies last year.
Yeah.
And it's definitely the best action movie. Like it. We'd have to have somebody slap the shit out of us if we voted anybody else.
And like you said, it's on the 4th one, and it's still that good.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. It's great. It's good shit here.
Like I said,
I just have problems with. I haven't seen the Equalizer 3 yet. I just have problems after that last movie Denzel did. The one that had Remy Malek in it.
the Netflix, was it a Netflix movie?
No,
They put it on HBO when it came out.
the little things. I was just scrolling the little thing. Yeah, he seemed like he just fucking mailed it in on that, and I'm like, okay, Denzel's at that age now. Like, I'll take the check, I guess. Here's some lines. See you guys next time.
Well, the Equalizer's definitely light years ahead of that movie. So I think you'll definitely like the Equalizer franchise.
I'll watch that then. I haven't seen 3. I'll watch 3 then.
Yeah, 3's good. All right, moving on. This is one of our favorite awards to give every year, but best horror /
Who put the
thriller.
Boogeyman in there? Who did that?
Me, I just threw it in there. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
it's a good movie.
What's wrong with the Boogeyman?
That was fine.
Yeah.
Way better than the other one, the original one that came out like 2004.
All right, the nominees are The Boogeyman, Leave the World Behind, Thanksgiving, Talk to Me, Evil Dead Rise, No One Will Save You, When Evil Lurks, and finally Cobweb.
You know that song? I don't know if it's old or new, but like it's "Talk to Me, I Talk Back." Every time somebody starts talking about "Talk to Me," that song kind of starts going by like, "Ah, shit."
I always think of what's his face from WWE.
LA Knight.
Yeah, talk to me.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good timing.
Man, The Boogeyman was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
And, just for it being a surprise, why not nominate it, right?
Thought it was surprisingly okay.
Surprisingly okay. Okay, snob.
Yes, I'll take okay.
Leave the World Behind. Probably one of this year's more talked about movies.
I feel like it's maybe even more than any on the list. It's like the most anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
That's
It's
perfect way to
subliminal messaging,
It's got the great scene with the Teslas.
Yeah. Would you not shit yourself if you seen a fleet of Teslas just wrecking in front of
Get in
each
the
other?
car, get back in the car.
Yeah. Just barely missing you. Yeah, it was a great movie though.
Really
Thanksgiving.
Did Obama pay you to say that?
Yes, he did.
goddamn Obama.
He gave me a card to City Barbecue.
Did he give you that jacket to say
Yeah.
you like Leave the World Behind?
No, this isn't a tan suit. So
right.
you know what I mean? So
You say, Obama, I want the tan jacket.
yeah.
Then we'll talk.
Like, hey, I will give positive feedback on this movie for the tan jacket, sir. That's all there is to it.
Must have.
Thanksgiving, Eli Roth. Fun fucking movie,
We saw
man.
that in theater.
Yeah,
Fun movie.
I had a blast watching that movie.
My boy Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
You'll get your fucking waffle maker.
Yeah.
God
He
damn
was
it.
great in it, man. It was nice to see him in a movie.
Yeah.
Then he ran like a bitch.
Yeah.
He did run
Don't
like,
get paid enough for this shit.
yeah, he was a bitch in that movie. That's for sure. But he was a funny bitch.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, a fun slasher movie, very 90s reminiscent.
Actually, slasher, not some sort of trauma thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not all that
But-
shit.
It's just a person that wants to kill people for revenge. I mean,
Fantastic
simple as
way to
that.
do it.
Yeah. Okay, so Talk to Me, one of my favorite movies of the year. Very original. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, it was just
lived up
so
the hype
fucking
for
great.
it.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
lived
there
up
was
to
all
the
that
hype.
hype around it, like you said, but man, it was just so fun to watch. And, you know, the thing with horror is it seems to be very repetitive. And once you've seen something, you've seen it all, especially with like possession movies and stuff like that. But this was just so original and I fucking loved it. And I hope they do a second one. I mean, it was that great.
Yeah.
So, Evil Dead Rise, I mean,
Come on.
we're all jonesing for more Evil Dead any chance we get. And I'll never look at a what do you call that? A tree where they put the trees through to chop them up.
Oh, the wood chipper.
Yeah, I'll never look at a wood chipper the same anymore after seeing that finale to that movie.
Our cheese grater, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a cheese grater. That's definitely for sure. But very creepy movie. I mean, Evil Dead vibes all the way as it should be, and great horror. I mean, this was just phenomenal horror.
They did it right.
No One Will Save You. Great fucking alien movie. Just phenomenal. You know, you don't get too many good alien movies. Especially like invasion movies at night when
Alien
somebody's
invasion, home invasion.
I mean, it was just creepy and it had a good vibe to it, and it ended pretty good too. So it was a good overall movie for what it was.
Yeah.
When Evil Lurks, this is a PBS nomination. I wasn't so hot on it, but is what it is.
It went from most overrated.
Yeah, it's definitely overrated. I thought it was, like I said, we want to talk about things you've seen before. You know, it's just kind of like a mixture of a couple movies you've seen.
Well, I mean, it had potential.
Yeah,
but
it did. It fell short for me. Cobweb, pleasantly surprised. So, like I said, that's enough to be nominated in my book. But my vote for this year's horror/thriller is Talk to Me all the way. So, Rob, you want to go next?
Talk to me. It just is. It lived up to the hype, and I enjoyed it.
Oh, for sure.
It
For
was
sure.
good for me.
Hot sauce.
I really enjoyed Leave the World Behind.
Okay.
It was a slow burn thriller because you were just kind of waiting. It kind of edged you the whole movie. Like, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? What's going to happen? What's going to be that one last thing that just, what is it? What is it? What is it? And usually I'm not too big onto a slower movie, but it was slow but suspenseful enough that I still was interested in staying with it.
Great cast, by the way, as well. I think that's
Yeah.
what made the movie as well.
You just like seeing Julia Roberts dance again, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I really just wanted to see Mahershala Ali dance, but
That smooth man.
One day, hopefully, we'll get to see him as Blade.
Hopefully.
hey,
Hopefully.
Rob will keep us in the loop on that.
Yes, he will. By the way, did you see this article about Blade? It's the
It's
same
not
shit
happening.
over and over
Yeah, I
again,
know.
man. PBS, it's down to you.
I mean, there's only one choice for me, really. I liked most of these. No One Will Save You was good. I wasn't 100% into it, but it was good.
Yeah.
When Evil Lurks, cool premise. Didn't quite love the whole thing, but cool premise. Cobweb's a little underrated. I think it's a very fall, October-y kind of movie.
Oh,
I
definitely.
wonder if that'll make a comeback in years to come. Unfortunately, released during Barbenheimer weekend for some reason.
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Fools.
Great throwback slasher. Boogeyman, a little kind of on Boogeyman, not bad though. As Hot Sauce said, Leave the World Behind, good one. Nice kind of anxiety thriller. And Talk to Me, kind of like When Evil Lurks. I was a little overrated for me. So Evil Dead Rise is my pick.
Ooh.
Still a great pick.
So Talk to Me wins because it's been outvoted. All right. So Talk to Me is the winner of this year's horror/thriller. Man, I'm surprised you picked Evil Dead Rise. I figured you were going to pick like When Evil Lurks.
Yeah, I was
No, it's
going
good.
strong with that one.
It's a more of an interesting movie than I think it's a good one. It's one of those movies that goes there when you're not expecting it to go. But so does something like Evil Dead Rise. Like Evil Dead Rise was very unrelenting.
Yeah.
I had a buddy. He said like minor spoiler alert, but they start going after the kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, I had to quit
fuck
watching.
them kids.
Man,
Right.
Fuck them.
This is a horror
They
movie.
caused this problem to begin with.
Yeah.
So
And that guy I was talking said, I don't know, when they started killing some of the kids, I had to quit watching for a while. I'm like, oh, no.
mommy's with the baggage. That's such a great line. When
Yeah.
she ever does like a convention, we need to go meet her.
Oh, I would, hands down.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even do horror movies, and this is like her first like horror movie.
Yeah.
Good year for horror movies.
Yeah.
I think all those are worth watching at least once.
Absolutely.
All right. So we're gonna move along to our next award here. We're at the home stretch here.
Getting onto the big ones.
Yep.
Big ones.
Best director. All right. The nominees are Takashi Yamazaki, Godzilla -1, Celine Song, Past Lives, Chad Stahelski. Is that how you say it? Or
I think
Stalski?
Stilisky, I think it's
Is it
pronounced.
Stilisky?
I think it's pronounced Stilisky.
Okay. Well, Chad Stahelski, John Wick Chapter 4, James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Ben Affleck, Air, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Who wants to go first on this one?
I'm gonna go with Takashi Yamazaki.
Going with Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
It's definitely accomplishment.
Fantastic job. I still like Chad Stilinski for John Wick 4, but gotta go with Takashi on this.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right. Who wants to go next? Hot sauce. I think it's you.
All right, I'm gonna this is tough. You know,
Very tough.
I lean. Well, yeah, they're all great. They're all great. I lean one way, then I look at the other one, and I go back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. You know, but I'm gonna go with James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, wow. What happens if we're all split here?
Dude, I don't know. That's a great end of the series as well.
And yeah, there was a lot of emotion through that entire
Oh my
movie.
God.
There was highs and lows, and
I was the Patrick meme.
Yeah.
I don't care. You
It was
call me
nice
Bigfoot,
to
man.
see a little bit about Rocket, you know, and his story arc kind of come to somewhat of a happy ending, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
and trust me, I've got Marvel fatigue just as much as anybody else, and I'm
Yeah.
getting sick of some of the shit. But I don't know.
I'm fucking ready for Superman.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see what James Gunn does with Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. PBS.
Like Hot Sauce said, tough pick. I mean, you gotta love what Yamazaki did with Godzilla -1, just being the director and like a VFX guy.
Yeah.
Gets a lot out of a lot of bang for his buck on that one.
It's what he did is such a phenomenal accomplishment.
The most like amazing Godzilla breath as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
You've got Ben Affleck and Air. I mean, Air was a lot of people's one of a lot of people's favorites all of last year.
I loved Air.
It's people talking. Really, it's just people talking the whole movie.
It really is.
It's just the cast that makes it so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see Affleck and Damon back together doing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hands
Definitely.
Just doing their thing.
Right.
It's good. You know, Nolan Oppenheimer. I mean, what are you going to say about Christopher Nolan and Oppenheimer? But I think it's no surprise. I got to go with my boy Marty.
Marty.
Bro, you're really going to leave it up to me to determine who wins this year.
Mhm.
You know, Killers of the Flower Moon was all right. It did its thing, you know, but I didn't think it was like over the top great. So, I mean, it was just a decent movie for this year. Christopher Nolan, you know, just did Christopher Nolan. I mean, it is what it is there. Ben Affleck delivered in Air. Like as I said earlier, it's nice to see the band get back together and do something cool, something that most of us can relate to, you know, the Jordans and stuff like that.
Think about they made you care about Nike.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the sweatshop biggest company in the world or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's
rooting
got
for
heart.
I'm
But they
rooting
got
for
heart.
Nike on this one. Yeah.
James Gunn, great man. You just can't go wrong. He just I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, who ever heard of him? And he put him on the map. And I'm glad that he was able to come back and direct this last movie.
A lot of people are questioning since when he went to DC, but I mean, you got to kind of put those doubts after this.
I'm ready for Superman.
Yeah.
Come on. And it's got a lot of his James Gunn crew in it. So yeah, you know, just know it's gonna have that feel.
Yeah.
So, but and he's just you know, the music that he blends in too. I mean, you can't mention a James Gunn movie and not mention the music. I was a fan of Past Lives. I know you guys.
I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it. Hot Sauce thought it sucked, but you know, I liked it. There's something relatable there. I love movies that touch on the complications of, you know, our relationships and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Is she best director of the year though? No. And of course, Chad Stahelski. Is that how we say it?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about
Stahelski?
Stahelski.
Because there's like nothing after the L but the ski. You know.
Ski.
But John Wick Chapter 4, what a great accomplishment. It's obviously the fourth one, and to keep people entertained and to keep it at a high level is an accomplishment there, you know.
Yeah.
So, but man, the real accomplishment of the year for what the budget was and what they did and the impact it had on me in the theater, Takashi Yamazaki, Godzilla -1.
Give us a Godzilla roar.
Come on, Rob. Do the arms. Do the arms. Get those T-Rex arms up.
You gotta have the arms up.
Yes. So Takashi Yamazaki is the winner of this year's Best Director. All right, we can move along here. Best Supporting Actor. So once again, I have to mention, you know, this is just what we watched, and there's a lot of people here that are deserving of this award, and we had to crunch this down, you know, number one, to make it fit on the slide. And you know, we obviously don't have 4 hours to talk about everybody, so we're at the nitty gritty here, so it's time to get it moving here. The nominees are Glenn Howerton, Blackberry, Charles Melton, May December, which Robzilla's only seen half of.
I already hate that dude already.
Ryan Gosling, Barbie, Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer, who's already swept the award season with this, so maybe he'll sweep tonight with the Sleazys. Holt McCallany, the Iron Claw, he played the father in that one. Great fucking role, man. Donnie Yen, John Wick Chapter 4, great fucking role there. And Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Who wants to get us started on this?
I'll take it. All
right, let's go.
Glenn Howerton, fucking Blackberry. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You dead-eyed.
Fuck Barbie. Fuck the Iron Claw. Fuck De Niro. Fuck Iron Man. Give me fucking Glenn.
Bro,
I got you, Sonny. I got you, Sonny.
Listen,
you'll get an award here.
I am 100% with you. No one left an impact on me better than Glenn Howerton after watching Blackberry. Seeing him fucking yell and go crazy, like, that was a great fucking performance, and he deserves all the credit in the world for that. What a fucking great performance, man. Just, he's got my vote too. Robzilla.
I'm gonna go with Holt, but Glenn is amazing, but I think he's going to win this award, but I'm going to go with Holt because I think he was just fantastic in it.
Who knows? We may get it. We may be saying heads for Glenn.
I'm going to say Holt, but
heads for Glenn.
He wants this.
Don't let Rob pick it, at least for sure.
He wants this.
All right. It's on you, PBS.
There's a reason there's 7 people in this category.
Yes.
There's just so many good supporting actor performances.
Yeah.
De Niro, he's De Niro in Kills the Flower Moon. Donnie Yen almost steals the show in John Wick.
Yeah.
Holt does a great job of understating this villain.
Yeah.
This very toxic masculine dad. Ryan Gosling almost steals Barbie from everybody else.
I think Ryan Gosling did steal Barbie from everybody else.
Fucking
he just can. Charles Melton, I think, gives a really good performance in May December as like the kid who got his teacher pregnant because she came after his ass, basically. But when I was putting my nominees in here, I knew it was going to come down to 2 people for me, Glenn Howerton and RDJ. And I'm going to pick RDJ just because he gives one of his best performances in years. But, Glenn Howerton is from Waterloo where the vampires hang out. And
Waterloo.
He does steal that movie. But RDJ is my pick for best supporting actor.
Excellent. So we brought it home, Hot Sauce. Yeah. Glenn Howerton, we got you an award.
We did it for you, Sonny.
Fantastic group of supporting actors.
Excellent performance. Yeah. I won't quibble with it at all.
Yeah. I'm from Waterloo. What was he say when like he goes into the was it the engineers or no, it was a sales team or something,
Yeah.
something like I forget what it was, but he's like, you fucking nerds.
Yeah.
Time to act
He's like, you
millionaires.
deadite fucks.
So great. It was like that scene right there where he's yelling at what's his face.
Beat on them. God damn it!
What the fuck is going on?
Sell more fucking phones.
What's wrong with a fucking network?
You handle the network, I sell the fucking phones. That was the deal.
We don't. Well, we don't have the network to build it with these guys.
Yeah. And the fact that
Get
this
off the
guy,
fucking internet.
I got to see some video of the real life guy he
Yeah.
played. I just that should be like another thing. Like, because that guy walked, didn't he? Nothing ever happened to him.
I can't remember what happened at the end.
Because they show him fishing at the end.
Yeah,
I think he just
I mean,
walked
pretty much everybody got away with it at the end. But I mean, that guy should have been in jail.
because he was just kind of like inflating their stocks, wasn't he, or something like that?
Well, he was like backdating.
Yeah.
All their stocks, so that
instead
people-
of pay. And
Yeah, criminal act for
Yeah,
sure.
certainly. If the FBI should have ever gone after somebody, a CEO or whatever, it was him.
co-CEO.
Like, he's bald and he doesn't watch Star Wars. What does he fucking know?
Get off the fucking internet.
What's his? And they're like, "What's his problem?"
Yeah,
But it's movie night. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
dude definitely steals like every scene he's in.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
was impressed with Jay Bartle as well.
He did good
Surprisingly.
too.
Yeah,
he
'cause
could have.
He did good, but it's just Glenn Howerton just puts a shadow over him. I mean, he just steals
That's
the
one of the-
fucking movie.
Well, Jay was like one of his better roles that he's played, I would say.
All right, so best supporting actress. The nominees are Haley Atwell, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Got to throw her in there. I mean,
well.
she was fun in that movie. I really enjoyed her performance. Lily James, The Iron Claw, and we had a discussion about this. Like, does she count as best supporting actress, or is she an actor? Best actress.
Hard to tell. I don't think there's any real criteria.
Yeah, I mean, because she's just a supporting person in the film,
Right.
not really a standalone person that's carrying the film per se. Then we have Divine Joy Randolph, The Holdovers. Okay, Moira Tierney, The Iron Claw, and Florence Pugh, Oppenheimer.
Are you happy, Rob? He put in a nude pic for you.
Oh
I like
yes.
that.
Well, I was trying to find the one picture, but all I could find was the part where they CGI covered her or whatever. I was like, what the fuck's going on with this world? I can't find a naked picture of her like
They're
that.
like, I want some nudity on one of these pictures.
Right,
You can
right.
tell this isn't the AVN Awards or whatever.
I'll let you go first, PBS, since you ended us on the last one.
Again, all pretty good performances,
Oh, definitely.
but there was maybe like 4 movies. There was 4 moments in movies that almost made me kind of gasp out loud, and one of them was from Moira Tierney in The Iron Claw. That's my pick. She's got a line toward the end of the movie. She's not even on screen when she says it.
Yeah.
But when she says it, it's just such like a big, not quite revelation, but it's kind of what it is. And it's
Kind of like a nail in the coffin
Right.
moment.
it's a very understated performance. She's not in it a whole lot, but she adds so much to, like, she's in the picture with Holt about how she's the mom. She's supposed to do certain roles, and the brothers are supposed to do certain roles, and the dad has certain roles. And she really, when she's on screen, there's a lot going on with her. And she's my pick.
All right. Who do we go to next? Robzilla?
I'm gonna go with Moira Tierney as well because I just thought she did a great performance in that film.
Is it what? How do you say?
I think it's Moira.
Moira.
Tierney.
Moira.
What did you say, Mira?
Moira. Sorry.
Oh, whatever.
Rob just be throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
The lady
Moira.
from fucking Liar Liar. Jesus Christ, people.
Moira. I'm gonna go with her.
Okay, hot sauce.
Florence Pugh, Oppenheimer. You give me a naked picture of her. Come on.
Hands down.
Man,
CGI or not, show that shit.
She was involved in another moment in Oppenheimer that kind of made me almost gasp out loud. It was really good. We'll talk about here.
Was you clutching your pearls?
Just about.
Just about.
For me, it comes down to Lily James and Florence Pugh. And man, Florence Pugh had a big impact on Oppenheimer. So I gotta say, man, Florence Pugh. I'm going for Florence Pugh on this one. Small role, but very impactful. So I'm giving it to her. So she is our winner of Best Supporting Actress this year.
You sure about that?
No, that's a split.
A split?
2-2.
Well, you went more. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. For some
yeah.
reason, I thought you picked somebody else.
Flip it.
Oh, so we got to go.
Flip that shit.
Do the coin flip here?
Yeah, we got to flip. That's the rule.
The coin.
All right, who's calling it? We're gonna let Rob call it.
Hot sauce. Well, you called it last year.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do it.
and it led to some entertainment. So I don't
It's for Margo.
Margo.
Hot sauce. What are you going with here?
Man, you always say tails never fails. Might as well roll with it.
Tails for
Florence.
Pew.
So what are we doing? The catch and flip? Is that how we want to do it?
Catch and flip.
Catch and flip.
Okay, here we go. Tails never fails.
Florence Pugh is the winner. Okay. What a great way to win an award. So you were nominated for an award and it was a tie, so they just flipped a coin for you to win? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
fucking show is this?
that's how
Slackers.
that's how my performance was celebrated.
When you said that those are the rules, I kept thinking about of the Big Lebowski. Remember, everybody care about the goddamn rules.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we do.
John Goodman.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna move on here to Best Actress. I thought this year was a very down year for actresses. So my opinion, but there wasn't a whole lot of over the top performances, and
Maybe you're just watching too many manly movies.
I guess so. The Iron Claw and
That toxic masculinity.
yeah, I mean it's the supporting actresses, there was a lot I thought, but like overall lead ladies, I mean, for God's sakes, we got Jennifer Lawrence in here. So for No Hard Feelings, a comedy. But here are the nominees. Heads for Margot Robbie.
Heads for Margot.
Barbie. Of course, I just said this. Jennifer Lawrence, No Hard Feelings. Emma Stone, Poor Things. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. And Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer. So, I mean, who wants to go? Rob, you go first.
I'm gonna go Emily Blunt. I thought she did a fantastic job in Oppenheimer.
That's the only reason you're going to say. Just fantastic job.
Fantastic job.
Just a fantastic job.
I do like Margot. I thought she was great as well.
And there was great performances all around in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie was Margot Robbie.
Right.
I mean, it was an okay performance. Obviously Barbie was a great achievement for what they did in the box office.
I think Ryan stole the show.
Yeah, definitely. Barbie's $1 billion movie, isn't it?
Not sure. I think so.
I think it's close
Yeah.
to it, or it is.
Yeah.
Come on, producer. Hot sauce, did you say yes? It is a
99% sure it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Jennifer Lawrence, man, I think she was the surprise this year. Everybody's like, why is she doing this fucking movie? And she crushed it in this fucking movie, No Hard Feelings.
Kind of a bit of a comeback movie for her, I think.
Yeah. Lily Gladstone served her purpose. She was great in that. The Killers of the Flower Moon.
She did a great job as well.
Yeah,
Really good.
definitely. And I mean, can you name one thing you've seen Lily Gladstone in before this?
No.
Nothing. I don't know if you'll see her in too much of anything else. I hope she has a good career.
Barbie is 1.4 billion.
1.4.
Yeah, so it's $1 billion movie.
$1 billion.
Emma Stone. I mean, listen, a year where there isn't too many great performances. The movie itself is kind of mid.
What did you like most about Emma Stone in Poor Things, Rob?
Yeah,
I'll not gonna vote for her for getting fucked.
Rob just likes seeing her get railed from behind by Mark Ruffalo. He was like, "That's the Incredible Hulk banging Emma Stone."
Oh, smash!
But I mean, the layers that she had with that character. I mean, she basically plays like 4 different characters in that movie because I mean, it's pretty much, without spoilers, somebody growing up, But Emily Blunt was definitely, great performance there, like we said earlier. So you went with Emily Blunt. Yep. PBS.
Like you said, like Margot Robbie, it's kind of just her being Margot Robbie. Great, more of a great achievement with making the whole movie in general.
Yes.
Jennifer Lawrence was really good in No Hard Feelings. Kind of, like I said, kind of a comeback performance. Loved Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer. Like I said, she had the moment with her and Florence Pugh.
Oh yeah, definitely.
in the hearing where they're talking about his infidelities with Florence Pugh, and they show you like Emily Blunt's perspective of like she's sitting there grinding on Oppenheimer in the chair, and it's just like disgust on her face,
Yeah.
and you can feel it. You're like,
Yeah.
it's almost like watching a sex scene with your parents
Oh
in a
Jesus.
movie. And it's like uncomfortable. You're like,
Are you sure?
oh yeah,
Like,
it was uncomfortable. The way she made that scene, it was great.
Perspectives, man.
This
Perspectives. I don't know if it quite hit me that hard, but
And then my pick's going to be Lily Gladstone. She really anchored down Killers of the Flower Moon for me. I thought it really was her year. Emma Stone was like a next level performance for her too. I'm curious to see where she goes from this, but Lily Gladstone nailed it down for me in Killers of the Flower Moon.
so we've got one for Emily Blunt, one for Lily Gladstone. Hot sauce, where you going?
I guess here's the thing. I don't have to enjoy the movie as much as I enjoyed the performance. And
Right.
with that being said, I have to go with Emma Stone.
Dude,
it's hard to go against her, but
we're on the same level tonight because I feel, you know, to give these awards, it's like the most outstanding performance. And yeah, the movie was, I mean, that first half of that movie was just boring as shit. I was ready to turn it off. But she gave a great performance. Like I said, there's like 4 characters she pretty much plays in that movie. The layers, man, from the beginning to the middle to the end. I mean, she crushed it, dude.
Mhm.
And even with the down year that this is for actresses, I just feel like it would be a crime to not give anybody else the award than her, even though you look at it compared to like past years, it doesn't stack up, I don't think, to other winners per se. But I think she crushed it this year with that role compared to the competition. So what? No, we're not on a tie here, right?
nope,
So
Emma Stone.
Emma
Yep.
Stone is the
Nope.
winner. All right, moving along to the next award. But first, we need to pause for a word from our sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But, you know, if you want to, you can go to shopnerdko.com. Just throwing that out there. All right. We're at the tail end here. Best actor. The nominees are Jason Schwartzman. Did you even watch that movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Asteroid City. Matt Damon, Air.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers, which, by the way, Paul Giamatti has a podcast. I don't know if you guys know that.
Mhm.
It's called Chinwag. Pretty good podcast, though.
Found out from you.
Yeah. Cillian Murphy, not Cillian Murphy. Oppenheimer. Zac Efron, The Iron Claw. John David Washington, the creator. Man, we've got the Washingtons just taking over the award shows now. And, you know, this guy makes his yearly rounds with us. Leonardo DiCaprio, Killers of the Flower Moon. All right. So who wants to start it off?
I'll go first.
Go for it, baby.
I'll do this because this is one that I went and saw in the theater because I was super hyped to see it. And it really, like you mentioned earlier on one of the other categories, it just kind of the story, you know, rooting for the big guy. I want to go with Matt Damon in Air.
It's a good pick, man. It's a really good pick.
Yeah.
And that speech alone that he gives at the end of the movie, he should have been nominated for an Oscar for that.
That's like one of the best speeches.
It really is. It's fucking great, man. And like I said, we are kind of the anti-Oscar at this for this show.
Yep.
So, Rob, what are you going with? Get loose for it. Get loose for it, Betty. Come on.
If he says Air, I'm changing mine. We have an Oscar, Sleazy's tradition around here.
It's super tough, but I'm gonna go with John David Washington for the creator.
I knew he was gonna do that.
You're big on that movie,
Dude,
man. You notice he nominated that and for a couple of awards.
I think it's one of the sleeper movies that people really was.
It was really good.
I think the whole ending scene of the creator really sealed it. But goddamn, Zac Efron, man. I mean, it's so tough.
That
Dude.
Scene at the end
Dude.
of Iron Claw, if you don't tear up, there's something wrong with you on that one, man.
That's why it's so tough. So I'm gonna go with John David Washington. It's tough, but
PBS is like, I just got to shit on somebody's parade here.
He will. He's going to.
trust me.
I like that. You know, Leo Leo's Leo and everything.
Yeah, Leo's gonna give you 100%, maybe
John
120% every movie.
Not quite sure John David Washington should be up with everybody else, but it's a good movie. Efron and the Iron Claw, he's another one, kind of like Lily Gladstone did for me. He kind of nails it down in more of a subdued role, but like everything's on his face. Jason Schwartzman, I thought he was really good in Asteroid City, a movie I'm still kind of torn on, but I think he was really good in it.
It's like Hot Sauce said earlier, you don't have to love the movie, but you respect the performance, you know, and he was fucking outstanding in that movie. And that movie was fucking weird. I'll just say it. It was all over the place.
I haven't seen The Holdovers yet, but Paul Giamatti is like the guy I'd probably like most to just have a conversation with. He's like a cool dude. He said somewhere that he was one of the apes in the Planet of the Apes from 2000, I think.
Oh yeah.
He said if I never made another movie after that and I could say I was an ape in Planet of the Apes, I'd be happy. So he's kind of like a cool nerdy guy. I like that a lot.
I would love to talk UFOs and all the crazy shit with him.
He just seems like just a really cool guy.
And as much as I liked Matt Damon in Air, I mean, it was Killian's year. Oppenheimer was just that face on the big screen.
He was good, man. He's another one that's, I'm pretty sure, swept the awards.
If he didn't, he was pretty close.
I think he got the Golden Globe. He got the Screen Actors Guild one, didn't he?
I think he did.
And then he got the Oscar. Sure. Yeah, I mean, he's swept so far.
Like I say, Matt Damon holds down Air. And like I say, it's a movie about a bunch of guys talking. And it's probably one of his better performances in the last couple of years. Yeah. I had to recall. But
easy.
Like I say, Killian for me just killed it this year.
Definitely did. Okay, I guess it's on me.
John David Washington, best actor.
Would you guys not shit yourself? I think Hot Sauce would just turn the computer off.
Leave studio button is there.
What the Sleazys are for.
Man, listen. I didn't think this was Leo's best performance, but it's still fucking good.
It's Leo.
John David Washington, I think he's underrated as an actor. So, yeah, he probably deserves to be mentioned, but I don't know if he deserves to be nominated, but it is what it is. We have fun with this. Zac Efron, highly underrated role for him. I mean, nobody's given credit where credit's due, but hey, buddy, you got nominated on the Sleazys. Fuck the rest of those stuck-up snobs that on the other award shows.
Do you feel like he didn't really get nominated because it's a wrestling movie?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. They didn't want that garbage being on there,
especially with all the Vince McMahon shit popped up in the last year. They want no affiliation with wrestling and mainstream
as well. Yeah,
and like I said earlier, I was not a fan of Asteroid City. I think I might have gave it 2.5 stars, but the performances were great in the movie. But the movie's just all over the fucking place. And but everybody was outstanding in it. Jason Schwartzman himself was outstanding. And what a step up in his career as far as acting goes. Paul Giamatti is Paul Giamatti in everything.
Everything.
120% in everything.
I'm not drinking no fucking Merlot.
He'll always be pig vomit to me.
Yes. Pig vomit with that might be his best role. You know, other than the Holdovers. But you know, Rob and I had this conversation earlier in the week, and we talked about, you know, you don't really have to be in the entire movie or be great in the entire movie, but there's one scene in the fucking movie that puts you over the top. Like, what was it? Did Alec Baldwin win an Oscar for his one scene in the movie about sales?
Might have been like a supporting something.
Yeah, he won an Oscar for supporting, I think, just for that one scene where like always be selling. I forget what that movie's name is.
That's ABC, always be closing.
Yeah, always be closing. Yeah.
Glenn Ross.
Yeah, but
put the coffee down, Rob. Coffee is for closers.
Yes. And you are not a closer, Rob. No. But you know, that's enough to win. So and Killian was Killian this year.
Yeah.
I mean, great fucking performance, great fucking movie overall. Man, Hot Sauce is just moving me along this year. You know, it's like fucking Rob did to you that year. You know, like you just keep bringing up good points, and
this motherfucker here,
that fucking speech that Matt Damon gives at the end of fucking Air is just so goddamn brilliant. man, I got to give it to Matt.
It's fantastic.
I got to go to Matt on that one.
It's fantastic.
Matt Damon is our best actor this year. And like you said, PBS, probably one of his better roles that he's ever fucking had.
Yeah.
So
certainly in a minute.
He gets coffee because he's a fucking closer.
He closed that deal for Michael.
Probably the best like closing deal of all time in any kind of business.
For everybody involved.
Yeah.
For all of them.
Considering you got, Michael Jordan to go away from his all-time favorite shoe, Adidas.
Yeah. And then it was so funny when Ben Affleck's like, he's like, well, how much is that going to be? It told like the amount.
Yeah.
It's just like outrageous.
And the fucking empire they built with Jordans. I mean, just to see how it unfolded in that movie.
Yeah.
And the closing pitch, man. But man, what a great fucking performance. So.
My man in his room full of his VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Kind of say.
Studying the film, man. All right.
And a last note about Paul Giamatti. Don't forget, his dad was the commissioner that banned Pete Rose for life from MLB.
Oh, was he really?
A. Bartlett Giamatti. That's Paul Giamatti's dad.
I did not know that they were related.
Really?
I didn't know that.
By the way, what's up with the MLB right now? I mean, their biggest star.
Can you say scapegoat?
Yeah. Their biggest star has pretty much been busted for gambling, and they're like, no. It's his interpreter. So you don't realize $20 million of your money's gone?
The interpreter making $200K a year got $4.5 million in gambling debts.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Total scapegoat. Pete Rose has to be going nuts right now. Like, look at this bullshit.
These motherfuckers.
All I'm saying is, as long as you're not like betting on yourself to lose, we know whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you're betting on yourself to win, okay, whatever. He's gonna try his best to win.
I get it. It's there to protect the integrity of the game. Do people need lifetime bans though? No. Come on. Put Pete Rose in the hall.
And that's why we didn't give the Sleazy for best actor to Paul Giamatti, because your dad was a prick.
Yeah. Paul, you can thank your dad. Thank him. He just cost you a Sleazy.
God damn it, Dad. You cost me. Fuck.
All right. This is it. We're at the final award here. Best Picture of the Year.
The bacon.
And the nominees are John Wick Chapter 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Past Lives, Godzilla -1, Barbie, Oppenheimer, The Iron Claw, The Creator. I wonder who nominated that one. Killers of the Flower Moon. Who wants to start us off? Rob, you want to go?
Godzilla -1.
You've persuaded votes
Mm-hmm.
in the Best Picture category in the past.
Yeah.
Can he persuade us one more time?
Godzilla -1. It's everything you want: redemption story, action, a little bit of comedy,
Survival.
It's everything that you want.
A little bit of horror in there with the anxiety in certain scenes.
Story.
Yeah, a little bit of a love story.
I have to go with that. It was very close with the Iron Claw, but I felt like they could have really made it into a series and extended it. That's the only downfall with Iron Claw. But goddamn, dude, between all those movies and emotions, tough year. But I'm gonna go Godzilla -1.
All right. Hot Sauce, you want to follow?
I mean, you can't argue with Robzilla. The fucking emotions, the highs, the lows, the love story, the anxiety. How can you not go with Guardians of the Galaxy?
Very true.
The redemption story there, the highs, the lows, the life, the death, the love, how can you not go with
Guardians? He is big on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 this year.
That movie was
had him in a chokehold.
Yes, it did.
It happens.
It did.
My name's Floor.
All right. PBS.
John Wick, one of my favorite movies of last year. Godzilla -1, one of my favorite movies. Oppenheimer, great. Killers of the Flower Moon, great. Iron Claw did not get enough love from anybody except us this year.
Yeah.
But if I got to pick just one, it's a terrible, terrible pick. But, I got to go with my boy Marty. I think Killers of the Flower Moon was just my movie this year. It was good. If I didn't pick that, I'd probably pick Oppenheimer. But I said earlier when we discussed them that Oppenheimer was almost bigger than a movie in a way. It was just sort of like a cinematic experience that you almost had to see it on the big screen that way. And Killers of the Flower Moon is Marty sort of making almost like a late, maybe not quite masterpiece, but it was just so subdued and just so good.
Marty's
And,
gonna
you know,
Marty.
my boy Marty.
It is your boy, dude.
Marty.
And I mean, I can't take anything against Godzilla -1 because it was just it was one of my top 3 movies of last year. But Marty's my pick.
All right. It comes down to me then once again. Man, The Iron Claw, loved it, but it wasn't the best movie I saw this year.
Right.
Creator was good, not the best movie, obviously, but it served its point, Killers of the Flower Moon, your typical Marty movie, not his best work, but for some reason I expected a little bit more out of it, and it just didn't deliver. It didn't quench my thirst 100%. I'll say that, but still a good movie. Oppenheimer, really good, super fucking long. But everything about that movie is good. The performances, the score, the cinematography, the direction. I mean, it's just a great fucking movie. Barbie, it was a fun movie. You got to nominate it for its accomplishment. It's $1 billion movie. I mean, come on. And our boy Ryan Gosling stole a show.
Dude, Michael Cera was pretty fucking
Michael Cera was good too. I mean, John Cena was good. All the Kens were good.
Yeah.
The song when they're on the beach, was it
I want to push you around.
yeah.
Matchbox
20. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell was good in it. We haven't even mentioned Will Ferrell's part.
Tickle
in
me.
it.
No, don't hug me. Tickle me.
And what's her face? I forget her name. The girl that was an
Kate?
adult,
Oh,
and she was
America Ferrera.
yeah, she was really good.
He loved Kate McKinnon's weird Barbie.
Yeah, Kate McKinnon's
That
weird
shit
part.
was funny though. With
Well,
her, though.
Kate McKinnon, does she play a normal character in
She
anything? Yeah. Does she have any range? I mean, she's just the crazy
She's just the
person.
crazy weird girl.
Everything but normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Wick 4. I mean, already our action movie of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say enough about it. It's on its 4th installment, and it's just it gets better every time. It's like, how many more headshots and nut shots can we do?
Do we get sick of it? Fuck no.
Like that episode that Kylo Ren gift. More.
Yeah.
More. I need more.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, fucking great. If this movie doesn't grab your emotions, like Hot Sauce said, there's something wrong with you. But such a touching movie. Really grabs your emotions, and it's fun on top of that too. I mean, it's always great. Just a well-rounded movie. Past Lives for me, I thought was brilliant. For those of us that aren't emotionally insecure like Hot Sauce.
Just listen, I know there's a story behind it, and I know the emotional side of it.
Oh, the end, man, when she goes back to her husband and just balls, you're just like, oh,
fucking
fuck.
bitch played my boy out and then regretted it.
Yeah, I guess it's just, it serves a purpose that we don't always end up with the people that we, consider to be our loves of our lives or whatever. But such a great movie, man. Get your tissues if you're going to watch it, though. But, I mean, the all-around movie, like Rob said, Rob fucking persuaded me, man. No, he didn't. This was my pick from the minute I left the theater this year. Godzilla -1. It's just the complete fucking movie. And for what they did with so little, I mean, they had a nice budget, but it's not, Godzilla American budget.
Right. This isn't Marvel budget.
And for what they did, I mean, just a complete fucking movie. You got your action, you got drama, the love story. I mean, the thriller that's in it, and sometimes the horror, like we talked about, whether she's on that train.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason I didn't put this in the horror list because it had to be on the best picture.
Well,
list.
the opening scene scared the shit out of me.
Oh, I mean,
oh, the fuck.
The scene where the opening scene where they're on the island where he's a kamikaze pilot and he lands so he doesn't have to fucking kill himself.
Right.
Little does he know that there's this monster that comes out of the ocean. But the scenes where they're in the ocean trying to hunt down Godzilla.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, could they outdo Jaws any better than that? I mean, it was fucking great. Everything about this movie was just great. And of course, I got it framed up here, in my little protector sleeve. I'm doing that now with my movie tickets. But it's a constant reminder for Robzilla not seeing this with us and having that shared experience in the theater. even though he did go and see it by himself. I'm proud of you.
He just wanted to go have a cry by himself.
That's
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
He didn't
I
want
can't
to
be a bitch in front of
He
everybody.
didn't want to shed tears in front of everybody.
It's the movie of the year. It's the best fucking picture of the year. Godzilla -1. I can't wait to fucking pre-order this and own it.
And watch
Oh,
the
that
black and
shit.
white version.
And what? Yes,
Yeah.
I am down for the black and white version. We'll have to get together and do
Yeah.
that. But
do
yes,
you want to do a quick bit of trivia here before we end? I was thinking about this the other day. Robzilla. I want out of the. Can you put the best pictures back up?
yeah, I can do that.
Out of the best pictures, what is the movie with the longest runtime, and what is it?
I think it's going to be Killers of the Flower Moon. I think, but it's going to be close. But I think that's like 100 and. Let me see here, like 100 and like 97 minutes or something like that. I know it's like over 3.
That's actually pretty close. 206 minutes. He's only off by 9 minutes.
Jesus Christ, you fucking.
That's pretty good. I figured he'd get Killers of the Flower Moon. All right, for bonus points, what was the second longest?
I'm going to have to say. I'm going to say Oppenheimer.
And by how many minutes longer is Killers of the Flower Moon than Oppenheimer?
I'm going to say 20 minutes.
181 to 206. So it's pretty close.
He's close.
There he goes.
He knows his fucking run times, doesn't he?
He did better than I thought he would. I thought I was going to get him on that one a little bit, but that was good.
Come on, get you, bitch.
He knows his run time. We don't call him Runtime Rob for no reason, you know.
I was
not running, so we don't call him that for that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so that's the 2024 Sleazys. As always, thanks for listening. You know, this is kind of like the end of the year for us, and we start our new season, I guess you could say. So we'll be back in a couple weeks. But hopefully, you know, you enjoyed the Sleazys once again. I know this is one of our more popular episodes that we do every year. If you didn't agree with us, feel free to share your opinion.
Don't give a fuck, but share it.
Yeah, share it and tell us why you think Rob fucking sucks or why I suck.
I will personally give you Rob's address if you want it. So
Yeah.
you can mail him things.
Then you
or
got to
whatever.
whisper what's your
Actually, I don't even know your address. I just know how to get there. I don't know what street it is. I just know where to turn and
Right.
where to park.
I'll be in Ohio next weekend. Give me that address. Vegas shit.
Are you coming to Ohio next weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we got to get together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real quick. 6th, 7th, 8th. So no, 7th, 8th, 9th. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm leaving Tuesday morning.
You can't not come here and us not get
I
together.
don't care if you come by and say hi and then leave. That's
Right.
Sunday, I have to go see my niece. We'll talk after this. Shut this off.
Can you tell my business?
No, we're rambling.
His whole itinerary.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so call to action as always, share the show. Make sure you give us a like on YouTube. You can also rate us on Apple Podcasts. That always helps us.
Leave a comment somewhere.
Rate us on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube as well. And if you're not watching it on YouTube, you
fuck
can
you doing?
you can always do that, but you can listen to it. Doesn't matter.
Watch it on YouTube and be as horrified of Rob's visage as we are.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. But you know, just share the show and like, subscribe, rate us. We're
Comment,
asking.
talk to us. We want to talk to you.
Yes.
Talk to me.
We love hearing feedback that, you know, isn't just some crazy old political guy that normally hits us up on Facebook and talks about something that's political that isn't political.
Not that
Fuck that dude.
You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, fuck that weirdo. He's on some watch list for sure.
You could post a picture of SpongeBob and he's like, the fucking people that hate Trump and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I didn't talk about anything political, dude. Shut up.
Sir, did you take your meds today?
But it doesn't bother me because it just ends up in people's feeds again. But, you know, it is what it is. But thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. And hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, let us know. That's all there is to it.
Stay tuned for the news.
Yes. And I think that's all we have for you. So, as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.